And welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the Critters, where we live stream every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Animal Behavior Center's Facebook page. Once in a while, we will live stream at 9 o'clock, and that is usually when we have a guest on, and we dedicate a full hour to the show. Taking a look at the schedule. And we do have a couple of guests lined up to come on. A couple I think you're going to be very excited about. So stay tuned. You will find out about those guests and our episodes when you take a look at our Facebook page, the Animal Behavior Center's Facebook page. So for those that are new, hello, my name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational center where we live stream our services to people all over the world. And we do that through our membership program. You can find out more about our membership program on our website, which is theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. There you will find out more about what we do, why we do it, how we do it, and the results it produces. So I focus on using the science of behavior, applied behavior analysis with animals. And those of you that know me know that I work with a wide variety of species of animals. I prefer to work with a wide variety of species of animals. From, I don't want to say birds, because there's so many different birds, from raptors to gators to giraffes to sloths to what have you. We are looking into adding to our ambassadors, animal ambassadors here at the Animal Behavior Center. And based on our last live stream with, let me turn off my phone, based on our last live stream where we had a guest on, Hillary Jaffe, I love working with aquatic life. So we are looking at getting a porcupine pufferfish, and hopefully making a trip here pretty soon, just to show. And people might be saying, why would you want to train a fish? And this is what I love about what I do, because when I train in public, people are like, you're going to go train an alligator? What are you going to train an alligator to do? And I'll say, watch this. And it gives me the opportunity to talk about the species, talk about how amazing they are, talk about their evolution, how they function anatomically, and then the training begins. And then I show, watch how to train a gator to recall, watch how to train a gator to get where I need it to go onto a scale, target its nose, stay, wait. What does weight look like? Does weight look like I want you lifting your body off the ground with your feet? Does it look like I want you resting your belly on the ground? And then when I can show those people what that looks like, they, for the most part, tend to have a more appreciation for the species, and it opens their eyes to what they're seeing in the wild and how they can appreciate that species. So the reason why I do what I do is I love empowering animals and the people that care for them. To find out more about what we do and how we do it, take a look at our email newsletter list, which you can sign up for right here on the Animal Behavior Center's Facebook page or on our website. Okay, so, and for anybody who wants to get in touch with me, you can always email me, and that is Laura, Lara, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. I answer each and every one of my emails, and just bear with me, because the past 2 weeks I'm taking a couple of days off just to do whatever I feel like. That's why. So with that being said, okay, so the work that I do, applied behavior analysis using B.F. Skinner's laws of behavior to change behavior of an animal, to control the behavior of an animal, to build relationships with the animal. I love seeing animals empowered to their fullest extent. And if people show me that they are willing to put in the time to do this, this is the business that I'm in. This is what I do for a living. I am a professional animal trainer and behavior consultant. And I do this for numerous different reasons, so I can keep the animals that I love and care for around me at all times. I can provide for them. And in the meantime, most of my animals I've turned into education animals to provide that education to everybody else. And if you are truly in this, and willing to put the time and dedication, those of you that know me know I will give you my all. So I was thinking last night, because we were actually supposed to have a topic on enrichment today. That'll be bumped off to another day, all right? Because next week we do have a guest on, February 27th, so I do not bump my guests. I don't know what I was thinking last night. I was coming up with the graphic, and I need your help. I need your help, and let me know if you would like this to make a regular topic. I'm sitting here looking through my phone because my phone is overloaded with photos, videos, downloads of live streams of training. I have over, I don't even know how to tell, 5,000 videos on here. In a lot of those videos, I have not transferred to. I have so much training on here that I have forgotten about. And it is when I start training an animal, I will consistently record every single step of the way, even the mistakes I made. Those of you that know the work that I do, mistakes that I make in training, I like to show you those mistakes because it'll show you that every trainer makes mistakes. And if they don't show you those mistakes, they are not being fair to the people who are watching or trying to learn from you. Because what I don't want to have happen is people think that I don't make mistakes. The people try it, they make a mistake, and they give up and say, I can't do this. I'm not perfect. I can't do it like how they do it. So I like to talk about my mistakes. I will show you my mistakes. And even if you don't see my mistake, I will stop, rewind, and play it in slow motion so you can see my mistake. And sometimes I don't even notice my mistakes until I rewatch one of my recordings. I'll be like, whoa, what was that? The animal is clearly telling me it's not comfortable. Why did I not notice that? Daphne says, oh, you need an executive assistant to help you download and organize your files. I do, Daphne. That's a great idea. I do. Anybody want to help me do that? Because when I open my documents and I'll start scrolling and I'm like, oh my God, I'm way back in 2010. Look at all this stuff. Why is that? Why do I not have this filed? Because I forgot I even trained that animal, or here it is. Training every single day for 2 weeks at a time, and it's just lost because I get so busy. And I'm trying to get more organized. Over the past over a year, and some of you know, I have been trying to gather things. There's a lot of things that happened in the past year of my life. See that? That's proof of a lot of things that have happened in the past year of my life. So things are starting to come back together, and starting to get more organized, more focused, but I would like to be a lot more organized than I am. I wear many hats. I'm pulled a lot of different directions, and I'm starting to focus things like, I can't do all of this, so something has to give. What's more important? What is it that I'm doing that can be of more benefit to the people? So I eliminate the ones, and I'm doing that right now. I'm eliminating the ones that are not as much of a benefit to the people. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, Maggie. Daphne's in the house. Debbie, Sass, yes. Eva, Lisa, Wendy. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Rachel. Okay, so I specialize in applied behavior analysis, and I am using it on myself. I use it on myself all the time. Why? Because I know it works. So last night I was like, all right, we're going to have a topic on enrichment tomorrow. So I pick up my phone as I'm sitting in my chair last night at 9:30, and I'm like scrolling through all these photos and videos, and I'm just scrolling and I'm seeing more and more. And I was like, I need to get myself organized. So I'm like, why don't I do a live stream where I just, and you guys, this is where I need your help. Tell me if you like this idea. So I was like, maybe I just pull up one of every 10 photos. I just start scrolling through, and then there's one, bink, pull that, scroll 10 more, boom, pull that photo and show them to you and explain to you what it is I'm doing. That way, if I pull those photos and videos, it forces me to organize them. Do you guys like that? And then I can show you snippets of, yes, this is what we're training the red rough lemur to do and why. Because a lot of these subjects just get forgotten and lost in here. And every subject that I pick has to be trained, because if I don't train it to do something, the end result is it's going to be forced to do it. So if I have to, I'll step, or if I can, I'll step in. And that has happened a lot over the past month. We need this trained. We need a weight on this. We need a fecal on this. We need eye drops in this. This has happened. So I'm like, all right, if I don't train this animal to do this, this animal's going to be forced. And I understand I will use force if the end result of not using it is worse. But if I have that opportunity to train it, I will do that instead. Okay. So then this morning, right when I was getting ready to pull different photos and videos, I was just like, huh. I looked up, I pulled up a photo and it went boom, straight to my download folder on my computer. So I opened it up and went to, to find it. And I was like, oh my God, look at this hot mess in here. There's all these photos and videos. And I was like, I need to get my download folder organized. This will, if I start, I'll start there and I'll start pulling photos and videos from my download folder and live stream them here. And then once I'm done with the live stream, it'll force me to start filing those. And do you guys like this idea? It helps me, so I'm going to do it. And if it's of benefit to you and you agree, then I will live stream it here. So tell me if you think this is a good idea. Let's get started with some photos and videos. You'll laugh when you see how old this one is. But also, okay, you guys like this idea. All right, good. Then let's go with it. Karen, are you listening to this live stream? She's in the other room. Let's put this on the schedule. Now I need your help. What am I going to call it? So I was just like, last night I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what am I going to call this? There's a blog that I follow called, it's the first thing I thought of. He dissects a lot of different animals, and it's called What's in Bob's Freezer. I think it has a lot to do with paleontology. And I heard about it off one of my Paleo Nerds podcasts. So I thought about what's in Bob's freezer. I thought about calling it what's in Laura's phone, what's in Laura's folder. That's scary. So I need your help in what do we call this? What do we call this? What should I call this? So I just like, I was tired of thinking, and it was 20 till 10 last night. And I was just like, what did I call it? I don't even know. What's in my training folder is what I ended up calling it because I just ran out of ideas. What's in Laura's zoo? Yeah, but it's not just what's in my zoo. It's, I don't know, what do I call it? What's Laura got up her sleeve? I mean, it kept coming to me, what's in Bob's freezer? Because you never know what's in Bob's freezer. You can pull out some kind of skull in Bob's freezer. I like that. What's in Laura's freezer? But it's not in my freezer. It's in my phone. Inside Laura's mind. Oh, Daphne says random acts of training. I kind of like that one. So keep telling me. Let me write this down. Random acts of training. I'm still open for ideas. I want it to be catchy and have, because when I post this as an event, what's in my training folder, and that's posted on Facebook, people are gonna look at it like, what the hell is that? You know, Laura's random files. Jenny, Laura's bits and bobs. I kind of like that though, Laura's bits and bobs, but that could be kind of scary for somebody to click on. Tales from the iPhone. Ooh, Wendy, that's good. Tales. Ooh, or what about this, Wendy? I like that. Tales. Tails. Tales from the, thinking tales from the folder, tales from the training folder. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Laura's Lou. Laura's yesterday, today, Stephen's idea. So I need a catchy title for if this is going to be a regular episode. Let's get started on showing you some photos. You ready to see how far back? This was in my, I just saw this in my downloads folder today and I was just like, oh, that's where that went. Let's see. Okay, so this is Quincy at 11 weeks old. Quincy is 8.5. I lost this photo and I was like, there's that photo. That's a great photo of Quincy. Okay, I'm reading what Jenny says. Bits and bobs in the English language is a general term for an eclectic mix of items. The phrase is just one option for describing a jumble of objects. Or Laura's menagerie. No, I don't know. Laura's nails to tails. I like that. Oh, I like that. Nails to tails. Just not sure if I want my name in it because I don't know. Just, I don't know why I have this thing about using sayings like that's my idea. It's because I don't want it to seem pompous or selfish. Okay. What I can train what? Yep. Okay. All right, let's keep that in mind. So with every photo, video, whatever, I'm going to show you, there's going to be important training or behavior message behind it. So this is a photo of Quincy and I don't even think Quincy was named at the time. Did you know that I almost named Quincy Gogo after Gogo Jabari in one of Quentin Tarantino's films? I also almost named her Cha-Cha until I Googled Cha-Cha and I was like, nope, not naming her that. So I ended up naming her after a town that I lived in right after I graduated from college and went to work for my dad on his construction company to thank him back for paying my way through school. Ooh, nails to tails, random acts of training. I like that. Jennifer, I like that. Nails to tails, random acts of training. I like that. Okay, so half of this live stream already has been what we're going to call this, and that's fine with me. Okay, so the importance behind this photo, I really hesitated in getting Quincy because I didn't have a dog. I hadn't had a dog for almost 8 years. Um, anyways, because it was for several different reasons. It had such an impact on me when I put my dog down. And I also had my birds. So I was just like, wanted to focus on birds. And then Quincy came to me at the beginning of the Animal Behavior Center. She was 11 weeks old in this photo. And I was just in the beginning stages of getting the Animal Behavior Center started. And I was like, instead of calling it the Avian Behavior Center, because I had this name in my head for years, I didn't want it. I was just like, it would be so selfish to just restrict this to birds because this science of behavior applies to all animals, including us. So I ended up getting Quincy. My husband really hesitated, but I always got what I wanted with my husband. I always got what I wanted with my husband. But I was trying not to be selfish. And I even like got tears in my eyes one time and said, I need a heated water bath. And he goes, we are not spending money on a heated water bath. So I made up a lie and said, do you know what percentage of birds die every year because they can't get any water because it's frozen? All these birds are migrating. And I said, I could show you the statistics. It's astronomical. And boom, I had a heated bird bath in 24 hours. I love my husband. Anyways, so I ended up getting Quincy, and I was telling Freddie, I was like, I think it's really important that we have a dog. And I wasn't lying about this part. I was like, to show people when I start live streaming and talking about the science of behavior, how this is applicable across species. So Quincy came to me. She was in some of my beginning socialization and training classes for dogs, which I don't hold anymore. And I started training her. So the importance of this photo is it is never too young no animal is too young to start training, because training is learning, right? And those animals, as soon as they're born or hatched, they're learning. What are they learning to do? Is it something you want them to learn how to do or not? Because if it's something they're learning, and animals learn through experimenting with their environment and through play, if they are learning things you don't want them to do, now you're going to have to counter condition. Counter condition means retraining. And when you have to retrain, here's my concern with once they learn how to do it, once they do a certain behavior and they learn that it earns them reinforcement, may not earn us reinforcement, but it earns them a positive reinforcer, then they know to try it again and see if they get something of value to them. If they do, it's working for them, and they will continue to do it. And as I said a couple weeks ago, the number one reason animals lose their homes is due to people unknowingly using attention as a reinforcer. And that can come in many different stages. So my importance was, this is why I told you when somebody uses the label terrible twos, my head kind of twitches, because I'm like, those terrible twos, that is a label that I don't know where that came from. Because what does that mean? What does that mean? In general, I think it means to a lot of people, terrible twos, oh, this is just the area where they're acting up, and wait 2 years and they won't act up anymore. And I sit there and go, holy shit, is that dangerous? Because these terrible twos, the first 2 years of their lives, they're learning. What does this get me? I don't like that. I don't want to do that. What does this get me? Oh, somebody's handing me treats from the table. Great. Oh, if I pee on the floor, I can feel better. Great. It works for me, right? Then as they're learning this terrible twos, Okay, they're learning all these undesired behaviors, undesired by us, desirable by them. It's a great 2 years for them. You're going to have to counter condition, which means train. The concern about counter conditioning is once the animal's already learned the undesired behavior gets something desirable for them, they'll go back to it. So we can change behavior and we can teach alternate behaviors, which I do a lot of. We can teach alternate behaviors that earns them reinforcement, and redirect their attention to doing these desirable behaviors versus this undesirable behavior. The problem with that is you can use intermittent schedules of reinforcement so we don't have to continually reinforce for alternate behaviors. But then if the timing isn't right on earning reinforcement for the alternate behavior, the animal, dog, whatever, learns, reinforcement isn't coming from here anymore, so I'm going to go back to that one. That's one of the problems. And then Daphne says, I went to a neurology talk at Stanford University. Terrible twos is massive brain growth and fast neurotransmitters being formed, hence the frequency of emotional outbursts. Ooh, that was deep. I'm going to take a second to think about that one. But terrible twos is massive brain growth. So the importance is teaching young if you have that opportunity. A couple of times I've been told by people, this animal's too young to train. And first red flag in my head was, this is not a trainer. I am not, this person giving me this advice is not a fluent trainer or doesn't understand training, because you're always learning. If that animal can see, hear, smell, or feel you, you are teaching it something. It is learning. What are you teaching it to do? So this is a photo I think we just took last week. So this was not in my downloads folder. I did actually pull it from my phone. And this is our Tarraco Marula, and we are teaching it to go to a scale. Marula is off contact. We do not touch him. And at this point, we do not even attempt to touch him. I don't put my hands anywhere near him, especially not behind him. I am really cautious when I'm first working with an animal, especially if it's a fearful animal, an animal that has a history of being touched or trained using aversives, or an animal that is a prey animal. If this is their head and their face that way, I am always extremely cautious about moving anywhere here behind the animal. I will not raise my hand behind the animal. I will not walk behind the animal. If I'm training with a group of people and the animal is facing me, I tell everybody, stay behind me or to my left and right and behind me, not beside me, not 1 foot in front of me, because what happens is it forces that animal. If this is an animal labeled as aggressive, they're going to be watching you. And if they are not watching you, they're listening to you. Because most aggression that I have found is a result of fear. So I do not want that animal to be fearful of me. I want to, in the beginning, be very predictable. In the beginning, keep words there. I want to be very predictable. If that animal is blind in one eye, I want that one eye to be able to see me. If I move, say if the animal moves like this, now I am out of sight. I will not move, especially in the beginning. I will not move until that animal turns and looks at me again. Because what happens, because I've worked in wildlife rehab training for education animals, what happens is if I'm standing right here and an animal moves and I move, say I move right here, and that animal turns back around, boom, there I am right in front of it. And it could scare it. It could, I don't know what it's going to do when it gets scared. It's probably going to defend itself, and I am right in its face. So I just want to say, all these are specific individual events that I'm paying very close attention to. I do not put any of part of my body behind an animal if it's not looking at me, especially if it doesn't know me. And how an animal knows me is through training, because training is a form of communication, and that animal can't speak English, or if it does, it's probably just mimicking. But I focus on, I'm teaching it. This is what, because I talk with my hands, I'm very cautious of where that's why I do not talk while I'm training, because then my hands start flying everywhere, and that can scare the crap out of an animal. So training is communication, and this is how I build confidence with animals. Jen says, when a trainer says an animal is too young to train, they typically use punishment-based training. Back in the days when dogs couldn't be trained until they were 6 months out, otherwise the punishment-based training, okay, back in the days, dog couldn't be trained until they were 6 months out. That sucks. That's stupid. That is so stupid. But I guess when we know better, we do better. I used to be stupid too. Otherwise, the punishment-based training would be detrimental to them and their livelihood. Well, there's a mouthful. Right, Jen? There's a mouthful. So an animal is never too young to train. And like I said, if that animal can see, hear, smell, or feel you, you are training it whether you realize it or not. Man, I talk a lot. So Marula is off contact. Marula used to be pretty nervous and skittish. Now Marula gets out of his cage every day. He's flying all over. He flies. He's empowered. I'd really like to get him in a big aviary, because the more empowered he gets, he looks like he's in the Roadrunner family. But anyways, he'll fly, and then he hops, boop, 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 and he tends to like to hop as a form of locomotion, but we can recall train him. He doesn't come to us. He comes to a perch. I'm in the beginning stages of getting him to come to my hand. He will now allow me to walk straight up to him and feed, but I'm always right in front of him. We are working on scale training him. That's what the scale, Lindsay Douglas zip tied this to the top of his enclosure. There is no scale. Okay. A lot of times people take too big of steps when training. Oh, we need to train this animal to take his temperature rectally. Well, I don't start with his butt, and I don't start with a, what's that thing? Thermometer. I start with, what can I do? What can the animal do? Where will the animal allow me to start? And a lot of times it'll start with a neck target or a head target. This is where I want your head to be while we're taking your temperature, because it's not going in your mouth. Okay, does that make sense? So the importance of this photo is, here's the perch. We're going to put on the scale. It'll eventually be attached to the scale. And I have 2 blueberries sitting on top of this perch. So I did start training, and Marula was coming to the top of the perch, but then I walked away and took this photo for people that are following the Parrot Project. I just put 2 blueberries on there to help desensitize while I was not actively training. Okay. Next photo. Boy, I'm only halfway through my photos. I better, and it's already after 10. Maybe we save some of these photos for later. So the next photo is this one. And this is Quincy, my Roddy, on the left. Snow, my deaf and blind border collie. Puppy in the middle. And Levi, my deaf Old English bulldog, on the right. My importance, this photo is so vast. So they're all stationing. This is back in the other center where I taught them, your station is this bed. Meaning go to an area and do not move until I ask to do otherwise. Stations are areas where an animal goes to and stays until you ask them to go otherwise. Stations are supposed to be, are meant to be, where an animal goes for a short period of time, okay? Not for 3 hours while you clean the house. Because so many times I get from people, I put my bird on its play stand, but it won't stay there. Well, I would never train a parrot to station for 4 hours. Okay. And it's a temporary tool. I train them if they all line up at the door. Okay. And you can't reach the doorknob, which happens again at my house because I've stopped intentionally training them. They all line up at the door and then I get frustrated because I can't reach the door handle, but they're not going to sit in front of the door if they're all on their station on the bed over here. So I do train the deaf and blind dog to station, the deaf dog to station. So the bridge, which is a cue, a marker that tells the animal that's the behavior that's earning you this reinforcement that's going to be coming to you as soon as I can get it to you. The bridge for Quincy is good. The bridge for Snow is a tap on the chest because she can't see and she can't hear. And Levi can see, so his bridge is this. All right. With that being so, and another importance of it's never too young to train. And with that being said, I'm going to have to save the rest of the images. And damn, because there were some good ones in here for another live stream because I'm already 8 minutes over and I got to get back to work. So I want to say thank you for attending this live stream. I am really liking the title, Nails to Tails, Random Acts of Training. I like that. If you like what you see here, take a look at our memberships. Level 1 for companion animals, level 2 for a wide variety of animals. Take a look at that on our website. We also, I've just uploaded your recent podcast. Listen to it. I think I uploaded it on Wednesday. For those who are looking for more information on species specific, you can take a look at our projects. You can find those on our website. We also have, what else do we have? I am working on more webinars for you guys. All right. So we have a long list of webinars on our website at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. And not only do we have them on species, but we have them on specific elements in understanding behavior. Rates of reinforcement, identifying reinforcers. You are very welcome, Ray. And for every 5 people that you send to us that join one of our memberships, we give you a free online consultation. So some people out there cannot afford a consultation, cannot afford to go to training, cannot afford a workshop, cannot afford a membership. So what we offer is Coffee with Critters. It's free. It's every Sunday morning. We also offer a referral program. So for every 5 people that you refer to us that join, boom, you get a 1-hour free online consultation. And with that, I just want to say thank you. And we will see you next Sunday, February 27th, for a behavior spotlight with Sharon Rios, who is very active in our membership program. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.